Hey y'all. Okay, so now we're gonna talk about reflexive verbs. Now, what exactly is a reflexive verb? So in English, English is a pretty simple language when you really break it down and you look at it. So with the reflexive verb, right, you have certain things like you talk about at times like things that you do to yourself, right? I woke myself up. I dressed myself. I brushed my teeth. You know, things that you're doing to yourself, right? Um, but in Spanish, it's a little bit different. So, you know, um, we don't really think of a verb being as brush myself or brush itself or dress itself or dress herself, right? We don't, right? Because like we essentially add on words, right, to make those words reflexive. But in Spanish, reflexive verbs have their own sort of endings attached to them. So, hold on, I just want to fill these out really quick. Nosotras, and I'll just maybe this will serve as a little bit of a review for you. We, right? Vosotros, vosotras, y'all or you all, ellos, ellas, ustedes, right? Now, I want to emphasize that reflexive. So here, I'll say a lot of reflexive verbs typically end in se. So, for example, right, to wash, right? Here, I'll do this. I'll say lavar is to wash, right? But to wash oneself, oops, is lavarse. So to wash, right? And to no, to be honest, like let me just do it like this, just to give us a better idea of what's going on here. I'm gonna put it in parentheses. So I'm gonna say lavarse, right? Like this, is to wash oneself, right? But if I want, so like if I leave it as lavar, it's to wash. But if I want to say to wash oneself, I would say lavarse, right? There we go. So now, what do I mean by this? If I want to say I wash myself, or maybe I wash my body, I wash my hair, right? Those are all reflexive verbs because we're doing those things to ourselves. Now, I would not use a reflexive form of a verb if I wanted to say I wash my car. While that car might be like I possess the car, right? I am not the car, so I'm not doing that to myself. So here's what I'll say. This is the personal pronoun. Oops. Sheesh. Here. Sorry, y'all. Personal pronoun, right? Now, I'm going to say the reflexive pronoun. And you might be like, no, like we got more pronouns. Yeah, we do. But it's sort of, if you speak English, it's sort of intuitive, okay? So, what do I mean by reflexive pronoun? You're not going to say, so again, like in English, we say, like, oh, I do this thing. You would say, I wash myself. You just add on myself, right? In Spanish, things actually sort of change up. So, instead of yo, I would say me, right? Now, you've probably heard of the verb. You've probably heard of like probably what comes to mind is like me gusta, right? I mean, the direct translation of that is it pleases me, but it means I like, right? It's the thing is being done to me. This is the way I look at it. Okay. Now for tú, you would use te, él, ella, usted, se. Vosotros, nosotros, nosotros, nosotras, nos. Vosotros, vosotras, os. Se again. So it's not that hard. Let me not say it's not that hard. It's not that bad, okay? So this means like myself, oops. Yourself. And I'll just say his, her, oneself, ourselves, yourselves, and themselves, but like also yourselves. Okay, cool. So now, how do we use this? So if I want to say like I wash myself, I would say, what would I say? I would say, so I know that the verb lavar is to wash. To wash oneself is lavarse, right? So if I want to say I wash myself, I would say yo me, and you would have to take the conjugation of this, and I would say lavo. This yo doesn't have to be there, okay? So I can also say me lavo, I wash myself. It's perfectly fine, okay? Now, in fact, maybe I should, I'll go ahead and make a table. I'll add on to this table. So like, what would we do? Hold on, let me just move these out of the way. What would we do for lavar? For lavar, we would go ahead and say me lavo, right? Tú, and I'm not putting sorry, te. I'm not putting the personal pronoun, okay? But you can choose to include that if you want. Te lavas, you wash yourself. Se lava. Now, se lava. One thing I also see, and I like, you might have to double check me on this, but like, so like, if I see like, oh, Spanish is spoken here, español se habla aquí, right? It can also say like, I sort of look at it like, is washed. So like, if I want to say like, oh, cars are washed here, I might say like, coches se lavan aquí, right? Cars are washed here. So like, that's another way you might see that. That's what it means, okay? Ourselves, nos lavamos, right? Os lavais. I think that has that. Yes, it does. Se lavan. So right here, this means I wash myself. You wash yourself. He, she, it washes itself. He washes himself. She washes herself. We wash ourselves. You all wash yourselves. They wash themselves, right? Okay, cool. Now, if you're not really sure if a verb is reflexive, right? What would you think about? I would say like, am I doing it to myself, right? To shower, right? Me ducho, right? Duchar se is to shower oneself, right? That's when you would use that, right? What else? I sleep. Well, duermo is I sleep, but like what would that be? I go to sleep, I guess. Me duermo. What else? And I'll double check that, and I'll put it in the comment if that might be a little bit incorrect. If that's not maybe the direct translation. In fact, don't even worry about that one. But like another one might be like I dress myself, right? Me visto, right? That's sort of an irregular verb. But like vestir is to like to dress, and vestirse is to dress oneself, right? Cool. So like it's really not that bad, right? Let me see. Okay. I guess another way to look at it is like, so we have this thing called the imperative that I haven't exactly talked about, right? But like, let's say I want to say, get up, te levantes, right? So the imperative is what you use when you're telling somebody to like do something, right? You can also use the reflexive verb to say that, right? Te levantes means like get yourself up, right? Like get up, get yourself up, right? You can also use it to like you can add it on to the end. So like, if I wanted to say get up, I could also say like levantete. Well, levantate, right? It depends on like what type of form you're trying to say it. If you're trying to be polite, maybe like a little bit impolite or a little bit informal, that type of thing. But it can also be used for like imperatives. Okay. What else? What else? Let me see. Okay, here's a good one. So like, this is a little bit counterintuitive. So like, let's say I want to say like, oh, I brush my hair, right? I wouldn't translated directly to I brush my hair. I would say I brush myself the hair. So like if I want to say I brush my hair, what would I say? I would say me cepillo. Shoot, how do you say hair again? El pelo. And let me just double check that because I've been learning Portuguese as well, and sometimes I confuse like hair and it's actually cabello. It's actually cabello. So hair is actually cabello, not pelo. Pelo is hair in Portuguese, I believe. But so I want you to see what I did here. Me cepillo, I brush myself the hair. So I wouldn't say I brush my hair. Something like cepillo mi cabello. No, it's not correct. But me cepillo el cabello, that is correct. Likewise, if I want to say I brush my teeth, I brush my teeth would be me cepillo los dientes, because I brush myself the teeth. Or you can also look at it as I brush the teeth, which is it. I mean, but this implies I brush myself, right? So you have to get a feel for it. So I mean, really, like if you want, most times you're going to be using the reflexive verbs is when you're saying you're doing something to yourself. Okay, so just keep that in mind. It's not too bad. Really, what you have to know is really these are what matter. Reflexive pronouns. Okay, so once you can get a hang of those, you should be pretty good, honestly. So, if anything was unclear, please don't hesitate to ask. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Leave comments in the comment sections if you got any questions or anything like that. And let's keep learning, okay? Thanks.